Hey everyone, it's me, the Sparkle Girl, Killing Sparkle, whatever. So let's just say I want to talk about all about me. So if you wanted to get to know me, that's totally fine. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure everyone knows that about what's happening lately. So I'd rather not talk about it anymore because it just got out of control and that. So yeah, like I said, I wanted to forget about it. Just focus on my life and move on and make some new ideas for my future and my channel now. So yeah, and I hope you guys understand that. So let's talk about me. Okay, so you, well, some of you already know that I call myself King Sparkle because I am a huge fan of Twilight Sparkle from My Little Pony, and yeah, let's just say that Twilight Sparkle is the best. Well, some people may prefer the other characters over Twilight, but well, let's just say it won't change my, my opinion on that was why I spoke with, because she's still my favorite character, no matter what your opinion is, okay? So, let's just say, I do respect your opinion, so don't get me wrong, but still, sometimes when people try to just change my mind or something, it's not nice. So, please, just respect that I love Twilight. Let's just say she is the best, and let's just say she inspires me a lot. So that's why I named myself Twilight Sparkle. Well, sorry, Caitlin Sparkle for a reason. Yeah, I do sometimes kind of consider myself as Twilight sometimes, Well, maybe like a princess sort of thing, but not the whole thing. Although I'm not really a princess anyways, because I'm just, well, a regular girl, woman in real life. But in my own cartoon that I want to do in the future, well, a TV show and, well, firstly with the film, of course, um, I want Kieran's Vogel to be a princess, just like Sophia the Third, who just becomes a princess on that very day, and so like that, and learning to be a princess, just like Twilight Sparkle did, which since season 3. So let's just say that Caitlin Sparkle is, well, let's just say, although she is me, but let's just say Caitlin Sparkle is slightly different compared to me though. Like she is a princess of Disney, and yes, she has a love interest named Bobby Beale, which is actually my crush because well, let's just say there is a character with that name from EastEnders that I personally have a crush on. Well, let's just say there is a guy who did used to play Bobby Beale, and his name was Elliot Carrington. Let's just say I have a crush on him. But I might talk about him sometimes in the future. Something like that. Okay, so let's just say I'm not usually into boys that much because this, whatever. But I do like some boys. It depends really, like if they are nice or not. So let's just say boys who can be like understanding, being genuine, like generous, loyal, handsome, beautiful, something like that. Or cute, sort of thing. Yeah. Well, I know some boys from my high school that I do seem to have a crush on. Let's just say his name was Daniel. Well, let's just say I know him from primary school before I actually met him again. Well, let's just say, oh, please, Kiss Well, you're starting to embarrass yourself. So yeah. Well, I just say I did used to not like him as a kid because he does used to bully loads of boys and that in primary school. And he doesn't really usually pick on girls, but mostly with boys. But let's just say I never used to like him. But as I saw him again, well, I mean, as we both grow up into a, like teenage sort of thing, and I started to like him a bit more. But until I'm about like, maybe, oh, I would say it was between 2018 and also think 2019, something like that. And that was, well, like I said, it's either those years, well, between actually, when I started to have this more feelings for Daniel. So, well, I just hope he likes me as well. Well, only as friends, of course, because I'm not really into relationship or anything like that quite yet. Let's just say, like I keep saying, I'm not usually into boys, but I will one day. I don't know for sure, but you know, sometimes I just can't make my mind. It can happen with anyone, not just me. So yeah, tell me about it. Okay, so and if I ever want to have a boyfriend, I just hope it can be any boy who's a bit like him. Well, like Bobby Beale. Okay, alright. Okay. You may think that I'm being smitten here. No, Let's just say I'm not really into smooching stuff. Ugh, gross. Let's just say it's too salty for me. Alright, okay, let's just say I do love the color pink the most, but I do love purple or violet, and I also like blue, and sometimes aqua, and sometimes black depends really on the style of fashion or something. But I just mostly prefer pink, or maybe both pink and purple or something. But like I said, mostly pink because pink is my thing. Like think pink from Barbie. Huh. If you hear it off the song, you probably heard it from my channel. Yeah, tell me about it. I kind of like that song actually. Every time I listen to that song, I always like think pink, think me, think sparkle girl. And I have some few song videos with me actually, with the song um, Get Your Sparkle On from Barbie Fashion Fairy Tale, something like that. And yeah, I have to admit, I do like sparkle stuff actually. Because, obviously because Twilight Sparkle and that. And, and it's not just because of Twilight Sparkle anyway, but I do like glittering stuff that has little sparklies. I do like these gel pens that have sparkles in it. Oh, love it. Especially the pink. Or purple, but with pink. Um, okay, so I love Disney, and yeah, I know almost everyone who does seem to love Disney, but me, I love it as you guys do. And let's just say my favorite Disney has to be, well, and obviously for me, The Little Mermaid, and and Lilo and Stitch as well, because Lilo and Stitch, well, they're the best too. Let's just say I kind of like The Little Mermaid and Lilo and Stitch as equal. But I still like some other Disney, like Beauty and the Beast, Milan, and some other Disney princess movies like Cinderella or Sleeping Beauty, whatsoever, or Aladdin with, Princess Jasmine. But I also like Frozen. I know there are a lot of people who doesn't really like Frozen, but that's okay. But me, I just find it like on, well, sometimes I just wish you guys just like give it a chance sometimes because Frozen don't always deserve hate. Because let's just say Frozen does have loads of love anyway, so don't get me wrong. So yeah, we just this meat is full of nostalgia as in childhood. Let's just say it's just so magical somehow. Every time I watch those videos that has Disney involved, always brings so well, it always brings back so many memories. Yeah. Oh, that's same thing for that channel that I used to watch as a kid, and it's called Superbees. But I also watch CBBC and sometimes Milkshake on Channel 5. And I'll just say I just usually prefer Superbees because Superbees is the channel I watch the most while growing up. So I have missed Superbees anyway. Sadly, Superbees is not on the telly anymore, so but it's still there, only on the iPlayer if you want to go on the catch up or something. I don't know for sure. But I don't know if, actually, I don't think you can watch the catch up anymore about Superbees on iPlayer. I think you just have to watch the shows that used to be on that channel on iPlayer or the kids iPlayer, something like that. So yeah, I, I kind of really prefer the old TVBs, not the one for nowadays, something like that, because TVBs isn't really the same as it used to be, something like that. Because I just really love all the old shows that I used to watch as a kid, like Story Makers or something. Yeah. or Balamori. And I also like all the some others I also watch with movies, but also for Milkshake or something, or BBC, like 17 Adventures. But I also remember Fifi and the Flower Pots that I actually watched from the Milkshake channel. Same thing for Peppa Pig. And oh, I don't know if some of you from the UK might remember the channel, and it's called CITV. But just say I remember watching Harold Henry on that channel as a kid. But let's just say I never really watched that channel. Really, let's just say only like briefly or some sort of thing like that. So don't get me wrong, I do like Harold Henry sometimes. But there are also a few things to not like the show sometimes, but like Henry's parents being so annoying. Especially that perfect Peter. Well, not so perfect. He can be a crybaby. I mean, like, he always go like, everything mean to me. I mean, give us a break, Peter. Like, really. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm not really right now. I'm sorry. Okay, so I also like Miraculous Ladybug. Let's just say I've started to like it since 2018. Not too long after well, just say after when Malpiggy got cancelled back in 2019. Yeah, but I watched Miraculous sometimes before the Malpiggy cancelled, something like that, actually, because I did mention that I watched the show in 2018, but I started to watch it, like, from this, from, like, season 1 to like, 1, 2, 3, whatever, well, 1 to up, like, you know, all the way through, something like that. So that's what I'm trying to say here. That's what I mean. Let's just say, every time I watch Miraculous, Marinette always reminded me of Twilight Sparkle. And that's no wonder why I ship them for a reason, because they both always reminded me of each other. Although, let's just say, Marinette is, well, let's just say I can easily kind of consider Marinette and Twilight Sparkle as my both best friends. Although they are not really real at all, but I still can consider them as my best friends. And they do support me, really. And I know this person who has the sort of picture of Marinette and the other characters that look angry with me, although well, can I just be honest? The real Marinette, well, if she was real, she would be really angry with that person for stealing my artwork. Yeah, tell me about it. So let's just say, if you guys remember, Marinette doesn't like people who likes to stealing things, accusing her whatsoever, or like that. But don't get me wrong, because that person can be a pain sometimes, but I'm going to ignore her anyway, because she just so stupid to listen. So if she got a problem with me, then that's fine, but I actually don't really care. So, like I said, I'm going to ignore her. Good. Because my friend Jelly Lily told me to, so yeah, I'm going to ignore her. But I'll try my best, though. Sometimes my her community post keeps popping up that person who's on my art. I mean, it's like popping up every time I go on the homepage on YouTube or something like that. So anyway, I just want rather prefer to move on. Okay, so let's just say, some of you already know about my Sing Those Girls. Yeah, well, the thing is, some of you already seen the video on my Sing Those Girls official channel, and if you're interested in watching my Sing Those Girls one day in the future, when it's actually really become an actual TV show or something, or a film, you can always share your thoughts on it whenever. Because I always interested in seeing people's, well, positive thoughts, something like that. Because I'm not really tolerate any negative around on my channel, to be honest. Because I will not ever tolerate that. Because it's just disrespecting. Okay, alright, so I do draw a lot, so yeah, I just kind of love drawing ever since I was a kid. Can't really tell anymore. I mean, I don't know whether if, because I did kind of ask my mom or my dad how was I when I first started drawing, and both of them just said I was about like between 5 or 6 or something. And I did kind of say I could agree. I don't know for sure how old I was when I first started drawing. So yeah. Hmm. Okay. So um. Oh, and yes, as I love art, I kind of love singing too, and acting. But I don't normally sing or acting in front of people, to be honest, because I usually get these sort of butterfly thingies. And let's just say, I do feel like wobbly, like a jelly after that. Every time I do that on a stage or something in high school or something, because let's just say I can easily get upset the moment I'm off stage or something like that because, well, that's just me, being, sensitive and that, although I have to tell you guys this, but to tell the truth, I do have autism. So let's just say, I know there are some few people who do seem to disrespect people who does have autism, but I think they're just being too hard on them because I don't know what the problem is. I mean, like just because we have autism or disability or whatever, I mean, what kind of sick people are they? Showing us or whatever, showing their hatred towards us who have autism or disability? I mean, what kind of people are they doing something like that? We are real people too, not just them. I mean, God's sake. And that same thing for people who seem like disrespecting to those who are either gay, gender change or something or whatever, or being racist or like that. I just find it disrespecting. I mean, I don't know what the problem is, but I just find it stupid, pointless, and like they got nothing else to do in their lives, just rather like just being a bully. And let's just say I just kind of sick of it. Like you can't possibly blame me for not liking that sort of thing, but that just really happens in life. Although we do sometimes have to accept sometimes, but sometimes we do want to just, well, let's just say, you're not alone, guys. I'm the same. I want to do something to make those horrible people to regret it. Stuff like that. Okay. I do have some few favorite celebrities like Tara Strong, J.D. Benson, and I also like Christina V. And I also like what's her name? She did the voice of Lilo. Oh yeah, that's it. Devane Chase. That's it. Sorry, I do sometimes know her name anyway, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes my brain. Yeesh. Okay. Well, let's just say there are some few girls who do seem to be able, like, gaily sort of way, but no, well, let's just say, don't get me wrong. There's loads of gaily people out there, like. But let's just say there are some few people who seem to be a tomboy or something like that. But I am sometimes can be a bit of between sometimes. I can sometimes a bit of a tomboy. But I'm more like sort of like feminine sort of person because I have few people who do seem to describe me as a feminine person for like loads of girly stuff. Although let's just say I'm not usually into girly stuff that much, like makeup, hair, messing about, something like that. Meh. I mean, but don't get me wrong, I do sometimes like it. It depends on the mood and that. So, yeah, tell me about it. Okay. Actually, I want to mention that I have a best friend, and her name is Sophie. And let's just say that Sophie is the best of friends. And she can be like a sister to me too. And we both do support each other. And let's just say that me and Sophie love each other no matter what. Whatever. And yeah, okay. There are also a few characters to like Ariel, Twilight Sparkle, Marinette, Lilo, and the pets, especially Eleanor. Okay, and I also like some others like Fluttershy, and I do like Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and I also like Cinderella. So don't get me wrong, because I do love Cinderella anyway. She is lovely, yeah. I also like Jeanette and Brittany. Well, the Triplets. And I also like Smithette. She is cute. And I also like Princess Poppy from the Trolls. And I also like Rapunzel from Tangles. Yeah. And yeah. There are some few characters to like anyway. Oh, I almost forgot. I also like Sophia the First. I love Sophia the First. And okay, and I'll just say that I'm not really much of a fan of video games, to be honest. Like almost everyone does. But I don't mind some games really. It depends really, like Disney Princess Enchanted Journey or something like that. I love that game. It just brings so many memories every time I watch the actual video of it on YouTube. It brings so many good memories. Yeah. Oh, I want to let's just say I want to talk about movies. Matilda. That's a good film. Not the musical one that almost everyone already know, but the original Matilda that came out back in 1996 with Mara Wilson as Matilda. Yeah. Let's just say I kind of prefer Mara Wilson's version of Matilda because she's the best. And I know some people who just likes the musical version, but really, can I just be honest? I think that the original film, the 1996, I think that's more of original to the book as well. Okay, Oh, and I also started to like this show called Alice Wonderland Bakery. It's a good show to be fair. Okay, there are some other shows to like, and films like The Little Mermaid, Lilo and Stitch, Frozen, and so many. Tangled. Oh, especially Barbie's movies. Yeah. And I do like the Smiths The Lost Village film, and I love Tinkerbell. I'm not really much a fan of Peter Pan movies or stuff like that. Some of them are okay, but like Turn to Neverland, with Wendy's daughter Jane in it. I don't mind that from time to time, but like I said, not really into Peter Pan more. Although my best friend Sophie likes Peter Pan, although she knows that I don't like Peter Pan much, but she does understand and support me for that, and I'm thankful for that actually. So thank you again anyway, Sophie, because you're my friend, well, best friend, and of course I do like Alvin the Chipmunks. Yeah, let's just say I just like it. Although if I was to tell you this, I'm more into the live actions of Alvin the Chipmunks because I was growing up watching it because ever since the first one came out back in 2007, and I was only like 7 at the time when it came out. Yeah, so don't get me wrong, I did have a little crush on Alvin, but not much. Actually, speaking about crush again, I did kind of have a crush on, well, Adrian Cat Noir from Marcus Ladybug, just like any girls do. And don't get me wrong, he is handsome, alright. But I also love Marinette. But that doesn't mean I'm, what you guys think I am. I'm perfectly straight. But I still love Marinette and Adrian as the same, you know? Yeah. Okay. Alright then. And I also like the BFG film. Well, not the Disney one, of course. But it is okay to be fair, but I kind of prefer the original film of the BFG, the cartoon one that came out in 1989. Yeah. Okay. And let's just say I I wanted to mention some few things that I used to get scared of as a kid. Some of you already seen my video about that sometimes before, but I might make another one just in case. So I used to get scared of well, I still am with that horse head from this thingy film. on the bed with, whatsoever, but I'd rather not mention the name because every time whoever mentions the word, it just gives me the creep, so it's best I don't mention it because otherwise some of you might end up searching it and I don't want you to get scared either, and some of you probably may won't and then decided to post it or something to scare me, then that's your fault, okay? So it would be your fault anyway if you ever dare do that because it would be disrespectful. Okay. And I also did used to get scared of the well, you guys remember Harry and his book full of dinosaurs? Well, I also remember watching the episode But I Like Mud, and I also get scared of well, the swamp monster, even though it's actually Harry's Nana in disguise as a swamp monster. I mean, that scares me a lot as a kid. But every time I try to watch that episode without being scared, it still gives me the creeps. I mean, well, although I'm trying not to get scared, because I sometimes just like to overcome my fears sometimes. That's what most people do nowadays or something like that, I don't know for sure. Okay, and I also used to get scared well, you guys remember the Trinis, right? And I also some of you probably seen a video of it with Milo as a clown. Well, that scares me too hard as a kid. Like, really. Like, literally scared me to hell. the way he looks with that hat on his head and those thingies around his eyes and I was like, jeez. I, I mean, I was only a baby at the time, like as a toddler or something, I think. So, yeah. And that was in my nan's house at the time, actually, because I remember it was in my nan's house when I was watching the Trianies, and then I ended up started crying, went to my mom's lap, as in her knee and that, and then my nan just came into the room, hearing me go upset, and then she was like, "Oh, don't be such a big baby." Well, I was a baby, so why does she have to be so mean about it? I mean, what kind of nanny is she saying now to me? Hmm. Okay. All right. Oh, and I also get scared of this dodo bed thingy stuffed toy from this film called Underground Angel that came out in 1999. Well, look, some people may think I'm being weird, but let's just say some people can be like that, not just me. It can happen to anyone. I mean, really, because I remember I used to have this stuffed toy of Kevin, that bird thingy from that Pixar film called Up. I used to get scared of that toy as a kid. Luckily, I don't have it anymore because it scares me to death. Yeah, yeah. Well, couldn't blame me for being scared as a kid, but that's what kids do. I mean, you can't possibly blame kids for being, like get easily scared of things that is not really that scary just to some of us or something. Yeah, well, that's just life is. Well, personally, if I have to be honest, I sometimes don't mind some few kids, but some kids can be pretty annoying. Even though we have to be nice to them, like accept them sometimes, and even though they can be a pain sometimes, we just have to keep on, our thoughts to ourselves sometimes because we don't want the kids crying to their mummies or daddies or their siblings or whatsoever about us being mean. Then yeah. Actually, speaking of kids, I do get some few kids who do seem to watch me all the time. Every time I try to like mind my own business, like I remember at the time on that day when me and my friend Sophie and both of our mums was in McDonald's. And we were just eating our dinner, and then there's this a little girl with like the tree, but just standing there watching me. I mean, what the hell is she doing? Why is she looking at me? I did kind of tell her to leave me alone or something, but she just keeps standing there. Like, I mean, oh, that's just kids for you. But my granddad did say to me that I should ignore kids, but sometimes I can't because kids just doesn't understand. So yeah, kids can be a pain. Well, they are nice if you get to know them. Well, yeah. So some of you already know that I have a channel, YouTube channel. That's what I mean. Boy, oh boy. Let's just say I've been on YouTube since 2016. Well, I'm making the channel videos and that's what I mean. But I have been on YouTube like way before that actually. I would say 2008 or something, or 2007, I don't know, I can't really tell anymore, but I was only a kid when I started watching YouTube. And yes, so, actually, can I just be honest? I think, um, well, I, when I mentioned about that, I used to play some few video games like Xbox or Nintendo Wii or something. Well, he used to play Finding Nemo game on the old Xbox, not the Xbox that you guys have nowadays, but the old one. That's what I mean. I remember that Finding Nemo game, and yes, I kind of love that game. So it's so good as the actual movie itself, stuff like that. And yeah, and I also remember the Simpsons Hit and Run game, stuff like that. And Crash Bandicoot, it's something Cortex, something like that. Yeah, hmm. Oh, yeah, boy. Hmm. Okay, so anyway, can I just be honest? I really appreciate you guys anyway, cause you've been my good friends. And I know there are some people who can be horrible to me and that, but sometimes I don't really care. I just rather ignore them sometimes at time. So they do wind me up sometimes. So like I said, it's best to ignore them, no matter what's the issue is or what's the opinion or something like that. Like blah 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 blah. Or how about the streak from the Hotel Transylvania? I don't say blah blah blah. Something like that. Okay, you got the joke. Alright. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy my video all about me. So if you want, you can always be free to do so by giving me a question or something. Let me know in the comments, so don't hesitate to do so if you want to ask me a question. You're always free to ask me a question. I hope you guys enjoy my video, and I hope you have a nice day, and I'll leave you guys to it. Bye everyone.